Buenos dias, todo el mundo. It is your old pal Van Dweller here with a Mother's Day Mega Masters 2026. What we've got for you right now is a early rounds bracket, rounds 1 and 2. And what color bracket is this? Let me figure. What is this? What is this? Oh yeah, the plum bracket. Actually, we had lime, plum, and orange today. So like a delicious fruit salad. Yeah, it's gonna be Steve versus Lokenze in round number 1. And then the winner will take on Huffulufugus in round number 2. No, I just saw Huffulufugus in Detroit, so I don't know. Is he able to play this? I don't know. We're gonna find out, so we'll see what happens. But that is the plan. So Steve versus Lokenze, winner versus Huffulufugus. Take a look at the rules. The rules say that this is a 64-player single elimination flat bracket tournament based on the 1989 version of Tetris released by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System on NTSC consoles. Players play an emulator or console as long as the game mechanics, appearance, and statistics are unmodified. They could use any controllers as long as no big buttons or turbo functions used, whether mechanical, or biological. They can use any controllers as long as there's no big buttons and no turbo functions, whether electronical or mechanical, biological, turbo only. All right. We will be doing level 18 starts. We will be doing a level 39 super kill screen, and we will have an uncapped score. Matches will be best of 5, so that means first player to 3 wins is the winner of the match. We will be using same piece sets. They will be re-rolled in between each game of the match. Players, if you do experience tech issues, just keep playing. Problems with internet, computer, OBS, camera, capture, CRT exploding, whatever. Just keep playing. Do not pause, okay? The winner gets absolutely something, and that is a share in a prize pool. It stands right now at $375.00. We are looking to pay as many people as we can in this one, and that means we've got to get to our goal of $42 million in order to do that. So if we get to $42 million, we'll pay the entire chat. How about that? $42 million is the target. Remember, our prize pools are funded 100% by you, the fans. So if you want to see the prize pool grow, well, it all comes down to you guys. Use that Matcherino command while you're watching live on Twitch or on YouTube. That'll bring up some links. The one that says, Mega Masters, that is the one for this tournament. Click on that. It'll take you to the landing page over on our partner's website, Matcherino. If you have a Twitch or Discord or YouTube account, which presumably you do, you have a simple 3-click login into Matcherino. It's so easy. So use that command, click on the thing, go over there, contribute. Any amount is good. $1, $2, $5, $10, whatever you got is great. That's how to support the players. If you want to support the channel and make sure that the channel can keep being a channel that brings you NES Tetris, go to Patreon. That's one good way to support us. Patreon.com/monthlytetris. Make an ongoing pledge of support to keep this channel going, just like these individuals are doing. Individuals like Scott Gray, Jane the Window, K9 Tacky, Madelsberger, N-Dog, Mr. Brain, Corporal Jr., Troy Dan, Kim M, Cat, Kit, Javante, Jason, Sunny, and Mila, and everybody else on the slide. Thank you so very much. There's other ways to support us. Use the support command to find them. There are ways to make a recurring contribution, a one-time contribution. If you're on YouTube, you can do a super chat, a sticker, join the channel as a channel member, gift a channel membership. Over on Twitch, you can contribute bits, you can subscribe, you can gift a sub. And if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get an Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime gaming subscription to granted the streamer of your choice on a monthly basis. But you cannot save or stack these. They are use it or lose it. And you must every single month elect to use it. We will not renew automatically. So you have to actually do it every single month, and I implore you to do it every month. So don't lose these. Use them on us. Thank you, everybody. Mr. Brain recommends the Patreon. All right. Let's go look at our players and make fun of them. All right. Actually, we still have... Let me just do one thing here. We got to get rid of this. No, we're not going to make fun of our players. We're going to enjoy watching them and their display of Tetris skill. What is this? This is plums. So this is 15. We're going to do... Whoops. We're going to do 18 on the right. There we go. Lokenze. And on the left, it's going to be 15. All right. We'll get our players all lined up and refreshed and whatever. Lokenze, I don't know what if you have an alt, I don't know what it is. I'm sure I've known it in the past, but I don't have them all memorized. Oh, you're here? Okay, we'll get it refreshed then. Thank you. All right, looks like we have a squish cam happening here, so I gotta... How do I deal with that? I just stretch... that's not stretching. All right, let's see. This looks like what a person would look like. That's my guess. All right. Wait, the scene says 3-0 Lokenze. Well, Winter, have we actually set up the game yet? We have not. We'll be all right. All right, here we go. Let me... Gotta get all the stencils. Reset. All right. Can you why as soon as I go to fix a stencil, players are like, "All right, I'm ready." Can you keep playing, Steve? I got to fix your stencil. It's it's always like, "All right, let me fix the stencil." And then players are like, "All right, I'm done. I don't want to warm up anymore." Like every time. Literally every time. This is how it works. This is my life, my stencil life. All right. Thank you, Steve. All right, I'm doing it right now. We'll get Steve all lined up. We'll feel good about ourselves. And my God. All right. Edit transform. So we need to pop that up here. Okay, this is fine. It's it's the round 1 and round 2, so we're being very kind today. We're very understanding. Let's see. All right, that should be, well, this should be good enough at least to get us started. All right. Good enough to get us started. And then we'll adjust from there. Mm-hmm. Thank you, everybody. Alrighty, Rue. Wow, Steve. We've got Steve on the main channel. All my dreams have come true. Steve is here, finally. All right, players, I am going to go ahead and give you some pieces. Here they are. You can warm up for another minute, though. That's fine. Steve from Minecraft. No, Steve from Blue's Clues. All right, Ebrew players, the pieces are here. D3, E882. Those are the pieces. And I'm pinning my own seeds today. Cousin Avi has gifted some subs. I'll thank you during the... Well, they're not going to edit this. Thank you, Cousin Avi. You gifted one to Meme. You gifted 5 to the classic Tetris community. They went to Parabex, High, Borneo, Tired RL, Madros, and Leia83. And you also subscribed yourself and said go Huff. So thank you, Cousin Avi, for all your support. We're back over 300 subs, so we have a good baseline to work with. All right, that's Fridge, the plushie. All right, we are ready to go. Yeah, it is time to begin to play Tetris. So let us get them started. Lokenze versus Steve. Steve versus Lokenze. This is the plum bracket, a brand new color. Let us get him started. Round number 1, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. On the left side, it's your buddy Steve. Steve's everyone's pal. I like that there's a guy in Tetris who's going by Steve, I like that. Steve qualified into this tournament, seed number 47. Steve is from the United States of America. Qualified in with a 1.18 million. That was the average of his best 3 games played in a 90-minute qualifier, a supersized qualifier this year for Mega Masters. He's got a PB of 1.5 million. That is a top 86 score on the list. And yeah, Steve, how do you know Steve? Well, Steve made his competitive debut back in 2002. That was January 2002 on Tetris Deathmatch. Now, I gotta believe that was the Ronkley version. I don't think I was running it at that point, so that was a Ronkley version. So that had to be on the main channel. So not a main channel debut for Steve, but it is a Mega Masters debut. He's previously played in things like the CTM Community Tournament. That was all the way back in 2022. Played in a Hopefuls, played in some Classic Tetris League in 2025. He does not have any competitive matches. Oh boy. He does not have any competitive matches on record since June of 2025, so nearly a year between competitions. Now, who knows what else people are doing? I think Steve might be on Nestris.org, if I remember correctly. But Steve been around a long time. You've also seen Steve live at various Ohio regionals, including the WPL regionals from 22, 23, and 24. So that is Steve Tetris. Why are you saying 2002? 22. Oh, did I say 2002? 2022. Maybe I said 22? $2002. Yeah, all the way back in 2002. Yeah, that was engagement baiting. Yeah, 2022. Listen, when you live a long time, all the years bleed into each other, you know. It's kind of what happens. But anyway, that is our good friend Steve, who's rolling. And it's one of the quietest rollings. You know, like you just see the hands and there's just very steady and quiet. Like it's very relaxed. I like it. 247 for Steve. 324 for Lokenze. Lokenze, seed number 50 in the tournament. Lokenze is from Spain, España. Wow. They got a PB of 1.16 million. A qual of 1.16 million, a PB of 2.05 million. That 2.05 million is number 52 in the overall leaderboard. Now, how do you know Lokenze? Well, I mean, how can you not know Lokenze, really? You've seen Lokenze winning the CTWC Iberia Regional back in 2025 against Somalian, noted Iberian. Somalian is. You've also seen Lokenze at CTWC France. Debuted in Masters back in October of 2025. Played in Mega Dasters in 2025 as well. Played in our Crunch Mode tournament just a couple months back. And this is Lokenze's Mega Masters debut. So two debutantes making their debut, which is very nice. So 435 for Steve, 511 for Lokenze. Oh, by the way, Lokenze is a community, I forgot to mention it, a community tier 5 winner. And that, that's legitimate. If you beat Martz in a finals, that's legitimate. No, but Lokenze beat Martz in the community tier 5 finals. So there you go. 581 for Lokenze, 487 for Steve. We're into 19 now. There you go. Tetris Lokenze, 638. I mean, look at that. A year ago, a community tier 5 winner. And now a Mega Masters player. I should have said Mega Master. That's right. I went back to sleep after the earlier one. And, I've been awake again for half hour. So I did not get a lot of sleep last night. 717 for Lokenze, 598 for Steve. So I feel like I've played Steve on Norg. Can you go on Nestris.org and look up your history? Like, that would be cool. Is that a thing? Can you do that? 661 for Steve, 807 for Lokenze. It's a thing. You can go back and see like your competitive history. Like, look at that. All right, Lokenze kind of down stacking here. We're into level 25. Lokenze ahead by about 36,000. It's a little more than one Tetris. Tetris is on 26, going to be worth what, 33,000 something? Is that right? Let's see. Into 29, they're 36, so they're 34. So no, they're about 32,000. All right, 899 for Steve, 911 here for Lokenze. Oh, I just got a friend request. I logged into Norg to see, like, can I actually look at my competitive history? I don't even see where to see it, but max out for Lokenze, level 28, and kind of getting a high here, so gotta bring this down. That left side is a problem. Is that fixable? No, that is a top out for Lokenze, but this could also be a top out for Steve. And both players really running into the same problem. It's kind of too high on 29, blocked wells and just unable to access the left side. So Lokenze will survive. And yeah, I'll go up 1-0. Yeah, I don't see where to see competitive history. And can you see it for like other people? Like, that would be amazing. Oh, I guess I can go back. Yeah, I see. I can just scroll backwards. All right, did I put the new pieces in? The new pieces are going to be 9A, 7E, E6. Lokenze decided to increment and go ready. That's not what we do here. NES Steve looking and saying, Vandy, would you please give me the seed? Well, I did. 9A, 7E, E6. I haven't played on Norg since March 24th. It's been a while. All right. Well, players, click on people's name. All right. All right. Looks like both players are ready. Lokenze up 1-0. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, Steve, a lot of burning here early on, but trying to get set up here for his first Tetris. He is ready and waiting at getting a bar and getting a Tetris. 32,000 for Steve, 76,000 for Lokenze. In game number 2. Winner of this will take on Huffulufugus in the plum bracket. I like the new plum color as opposed to the old. I don't know. We had some really, really super dark purple last time, but I'm kind of digging the plum. Next year, maybe I'll aspire to have all the colors be food related somehow. So, you know, and have emojis, right? If you could line it up to what like colors that are foods that also have emojis, the possibilities would be endless. Have you ever eaten a plum? Yeah, of course I've eaten a plum. Have you ever eaten a plum? Not that you remember. I mean, give it a shot. It's kind of like an emo peach, you know? 218 for Steve. 231 for Lokenze. Odin Logi with the Twitch sub. Thank you very much. All right, Lokenze bringing this down. Steve bringing this down too. Waiting out a little bit of a drought. Tetris for Steve. No, Steve is back like 4 to 8 lines, something like that. Okay, Lokenze long bar. Tetris for Steve, 343. Another Tetris, Steve, 367. Steve now in the lead. Oh, kind of some misdrops and early shifts or early taps or whatever for Lokenze. All right, Lokenze trying to bring this down. Good little burn there. And yeah, there's the bar that's going to help Lokenze clean up. So now, Lokenze getting ready and open for a bar. Steve, meanwhile, just slotting in Tetris after Tetris and going up about 75,000 points. There's another one for Steve. There's one for Lokenze. Lokenze's into 19 at 476. Steve gets one, 554. Steve's got one more Tetris available. He's 129 lines. He's set up now. Good board. Long bar in and a 578 transition for Steve. So Steve's got the advantage at 19. Tetris, Steve 604, 556, Lokenze. Been a hot minute since I saw Huff play, says Black Ops. Yeah, if you go over to CTWC, Huff is in Detroit this weekend, or played in that yesterday, and I think he went pretty deep. I don't know the results fully because the stream cut off, I think, but or maybe I'm wrong. Did they? I don't know. I saw Cole and Huff playing fairly late in the event, but it seemed to cut off in what I was watching. So maybe, hopefully they got it recorded. All right, well, I was trying not to give spoilers, but everybody in the chat giving spoilers, so. 660 for Lokenze, 676 for Steve. There was no recording to spoil? Oh, got it. Okay. 734 Steve, long bar in Tetris for him, 764. 728 Lokenze. Another Tetris for Steve. Now, Steve is back, between 10 and 14 lines, so that could be a factor, depending on how deep this goes. If players can make use of the full 330 lines, then it could be a factor. If neither can, then I guess it would also be a factor. We'll see. Long bar in Tetris, Steve, 893. Lokenze is one row up. Dirty and waiting. Long bar in. 896 Lokenze. There's when Steve. Lokenze is into level 28. Steve is just getting into 27. Tetris is when they cross into 29 will be worth 36,000 points. Lokenze is going one row off the bottom. Opts not to try to burn away the single. Ends up he's just going to take the triple. All right, Steve opens up the right and now can burn it down. So good fundamentals here from Steve. A44 for him. 966 Lokenze into level 30 now. All right, good triple there for Lokenze. 990. Steve continuing. He's got the 1.1. Over 100,000 point lead for Steve and additional lines in hand. So if it does come to, kill screen pressure, well, Steve will be stacking a little bit longer than Lokenze. Lokenze long bar down, Tetris, A81. Tetris for Steve, B56. What is Steve's playstyle rolling? All right, Steve's just going to take a safe triple there. Lokenze takes a triple. B48 for Lokenze. C29 Steve. And Lokenze's board might be, that is going to be a top of Lokenze. And Steve is good. Steve, you want to mull it out? Go ahead. But Steve will take game number 2 in a very consistent performance here in game 2. Yeah, good fundamentals. Very consistent for Steve. Steve's pointing and nodding. And seems he approves of his performance. So there you go. All right, players, I'm going to... You forgot the cap. Well, we would just stop you. We would just stop your scoring. But no, I mean, you know, it's always an option if you are somebody who's looking for your first rollover, things like that. You can uncap, but we just won't count the score after that. So, you know, you can feel free to do that and keep playing past 39 if it matters. If you're just doing it to do it, then don't. But you can do it. And we just won't count the score after that. Players, I am going to run an ad after this third game. So just be advised if you want to... Oh, wait, I think Lokenze... Well, no, Lokenze's there. So, yeah, so if you want to take a little breaky poo, you can do that. That's a good time to do it. You're just off. Yeah, you're off screen. Got it. I got it. Are there any other Steves? I know there's FBI Steve-O. That's a Steve. I don't know if there's any other Steves in Steve DeLuca. All right. Watermelon Cowboy, you are a Steve, unfortunately. Why do you say unfortunately? Seems like a fine name. All right, looks like both players are ready. Let's make sure they're on seed. All right, there we go. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Steve and Lokenze nodded at a game apiece. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Higgins PDX in the chat says, Vandy, I want to know if you're enjoying any Dr. Pepper or similar lately. Got a favorite flavor? Well, I'm definitely a Dr. Pepper Zero guy. So, you know, if you're drinking the, you know, regular non-zero Dr. Pepper, then your mileage may vary. But I think just the regular old Dr. Pepper is great. And it's probably the best flavor of all the flavors. But I do like the other flavors. I think for me, the like cream soda one might be my favorite variant. For a while I was like, you know, on this like they have that blackberry one and it's good, but I kind of got burnt out on it. It's a bit cloying and in a lot of ways it goes down too easy, I think. So I don't know. It's easy to drink too many of them. There's something about the regular Dr. Pepper which kind of, it's like it's satisfying. Like I drink it, I feel good. I don't need to have that much more. Those blackberry ones though, I could just down, you know, can after can of that. And for that reason, I don't want to drink it. You know what I mean? If that makes sense at all. They also have the strawberry one, I think, and that was good. I tried the coconut one and I didn't like that. Like, I am a coconut guy. I like coconut stuff. But it tasted too much like shampoo. Yeah, I don't have a soda stream guy. Sorry if don't cancel me over drink. Well, I'm more of a bottle guy, actually. I like bottles, but a lot of the flavors don't come in the bottle, only in a can, you know, in the zero version. So yeah, I don't have a soda stream. Don't cancel me over drinking, you know, disposable bottles or cans. Okay. Please do not. I can't take it. Why? What Higgins? What kind of Dr. Pepper guy are you? What are yours? Big Soda Stream. You feel you have strong feelings about Big Soda Stream. I mean, listen, without Soda Stream, I mean, I guess most people wouldn't have the option. So, I mean, it's kind of like, I can't stand these guys who are bringing me something I couldn't have otherwise without them. I'm sure there's a lot of kind of, right to repair kind of folks who it's like, well, we should be able to have whatever cartridges and all that. I'm like, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know where I come down on that. You've been in a Pepsi Zero situation. Yeah, I used to not like that, but I've been just drinking it just to drink it, and that's not bad. Pepsi's Dr. Pep. What is it? Sorry, Pepsi Zero. It tastes like flat to me all the time. Like it just tastes like, oh, the flavor is flat soda. Like that's the flavor somehow. Even though it's carbonated, somehow it tastes flat. I don't get that. 419 for Steve, 434 for Lokenze. Like, how can it be carbonated and taste flat at the same time? But, Vandy's on a budget these days. I'm just a poor Tetris streamer, okay? I can't afford all these name brand sodas anymore, except as a treat. So I've been drinking the generic HEB soda. I think it's just HEB's Zero Cola. And it's definitely closer to Pepsi than it is to Coke Zero. 462 for Steve, 497 for Lokenze. I don't have all this big tech money anymore. I can buy name brand soda. What are you guys, crazy? 549 for Lokenze, 487 for Steve. Your wife drinks just plain carbonated water and you call it fluffy water. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I do like that. I like Topo Chico is the best one. It just burns like heck. And that's what I like, the burn. 559 for Steve. Just into 20 now. Lokenze 600,000. So they're about 5 lines apart, 32,000 points apart. Basically a dead heat. All right, Steve trying to bring this down. He's working one row off the bottom, trying not to cover that little gap on row 1, but sometimes you got to. Steve 640, Lokenze 755, but Lokenze is 11 lines ahead, so it is closer than it looks. Okay, Lokenze in a bit of a sitch here, but going to clear all this away, chunking it down. Long bar down Tetris Lokenze 839. Steve still one row off. He's at 718. And he's 15 lines back. There's 150 150 behind. 15 lines behind. And so yeah, that is actually fairly close pace-wise. All right, Steve still one row off the bottom. I'm sure he would love. Okay, so there you go. So he's going to get that Tetris, and now he's going to transfer that well over to the right, and he's one row down. Oh, Steve opts not to take the line spin. Probably the best thing. E and is SDA. E and is SDA. Thank you for the raid. Oh, Steve had, for a moment, had an opportunity to get a perfect clear with those two pieces, but and that board climbing now very rapidly. 895. Steve is, yeah, that is not recoverable. Steve going to top out at 895. That means Lokenze is good in game number 3. Now, I am going to run an ad after Lokenze tops out. So if you do want a moment to step away and get yourself a Dr. Pepper Zero, this is a good time to do it. It's just going to be a 60-second ad after Lokenze tops out. I mean, unless Lokenze never tops out and just gets a, gets a rebirth. What would I even do? I mean, I would just sit here being held hostage by it. All right, folks, here comes the ad. Take a moment if you need it. I've also been on a bit on a Gatorade Zero kick, It's got electrolytes. I actually add more electrolytes to the Gatorade Zero. You've been getting a 3-minute unskippable ad on YouTube? Yikes. Oh, I didn't know that. I am not initiating those. I mean, those are what YouTube is playing. I guess I could turn ads off, but I can't do that. I just can't do that. But yeah, Gatorade Zero, and then add more salt to it. I have my own blend of sodium, potassium, and magnesium, and I just add like a little, like half a teaspoon extra to it. All right, players, it is time. The pieces are here, pinned by our good friend Javanti. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Hey, I don't think you're gonna make Tyler try a lot of these foods. I don't think that's gonna happen. All right, 57E3 D4. Okay, looks like both players are ready. Let's go, Steve and Lokenze. Game number 4. Steve looking to tie it up, force a decider. Lokenze looking to punch his ticket to round 2. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Wait, chicken pot pie, what? Wait, you think chicken pot pie is scary? Wait, do you have a thing against chicken pot pie, Tyler? I know somebody that like eats almost exclusively chicken pot pie. I know somebody that eats a lot of chicken pot pie. But I will not reveal who it is. Oh, Lokenze is in trouble. That is a top out at 46,360. So Steve, if he gets the bar and gets this Tetris, would take game number 4, but we are in a little bit of a drought. So Steve needs to get to 47,000. 47,000 is the target. There is a triple, and yeah, that's going to do it. So Steve is going to take game number 4, and we are headed to a decider. What's up, Huffulufugus? Are you're actually playing today? You're not like in Detroiting it up? Or wait, you're from that area, so you're probably home. But aren't there still things going on, Tetris things? I don't know how these work. I know you live by there, but I don't know if there's still Tetris things going on that you would be taking part in. It was just one day. All right. Pieces for game 5. Rock claiming later. All right. Thank you, Huff and Tetris. Well, the pieces are here. We're going to the decider to decide this game. That's why we call it a decider, because it decides the result of the match. Okay, both players are ready. They are on seed and they want to play. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Are you rock climbing on rocks, or is this like an indoor situation? Yeah, rock climbing is like the one thing where I wish I were one of these really like really skinny dudes, you know? I could just rock climb, but I don't want to climb on real rocks. There aren't many outdoor rocks in Michigan? Wait, Michigan, what are you talking about? They don't have rocks in Michigan that you can climb on? You can't, they don't have rocks in Michigan? How come there's those ads that are on TV like pure Michigan and it's always natural? Is it just like it's all lakes, no rocks? Oh. But I guess it's very flat. Is Michigan flat? Michigan is rock free. What about Detroit Rock City? Isn't that a thing? That would be a great. Is there an indoor climbing gym called Detroit Rock City? Because there should be. Hey Sharks. Anyway, 105 for Steve, 143 for Lokenze. I just made a fortune. Yeah. Gene Simmons would have sued them. I don't see how you could do that because it's totally different. They're not making a song. And you can have different names of things if it's a different realm, right? Like that's why you can have Tetris Moving Company because they're not making a video. There is a gym called Rock City, but it's not a climbing gym. All right, well, that's a missed opportunity. Maisie says, I wanted rocks, but there are none in Michigan, and for that reason, I'm out. That's good. 222 for Steve, 225 for Lokenze. It is close here in this deciding game 5. The winner will take on Huffulufugus, who is entertaining us in chat with his tales of rocks and their lack. All right, there's a triple to kind of open up that right. So now Steve can start to build. And yeah, these players still super close. Same line count, 1,000 points apart. Oh, all right. Well, thank you for the name. Thank you for the doxing. I don't know. I'm doxing Maisie now. My goodness. Should I delete that? Oh, the pullback for Steve. Make room for the bar. And now Steve in a It was your official name in CTWC France? Okay, good. So you revealed it. That's fine. How dare I accuse you? You're right. You're right, Tyler. You're always right. 334 for Steve, 382 for Lokenze. You want me to send you PayPal money as apology? I will do that. I will. So now Lokenze is in a bit of a dig. It was all smooth sailing for a while. Was able to get out to a lead against Steve, but now it's Steve who's clean and Lokenze who is digging. Long bar down, Steve. And a couple of them here to get ready. Steve into 19 at 4:15. So kind of a struggle game for both players. RNG kind of doing that. Lokenze with a little bit of a misflip with the tee, but it's a long bar down to help bring this down on 19. So So both players a little bit of a dig. Steve almost out, and yeah, Steve is out. And long bar down, Steve. Steve going to take a small lead. And Steve is set up, or just, you know, he's got a good low situation. But now starting to, oh boy, things happen very quickly in Tetris, so starting to get a little bit high here. Steve bringing it down, a skim and a double. And all right, this is all coming down quick. Great square for the left to build out for Steve. Long bar in Tetris for him, 514. 501 for Lokenze Tetris. So right now, 2 lines apart. Lokenze had 15,000 points. So good back and forth battle here in this decider between what seems to be 2 very well matched players. Tetris, Lokenze 646. There's one Steve 605. Same lines. All right, Steve gets a long bar in for a triple to help down stack here. And getting control of that board back. Oh, that long bar to the left. Did not get all the way there. Now, you should be able to do some sort of bridgey burn of some sort. And yeah, there you go. Flat long bar burn. Not going to waste a handful of lines. Not fatal. 693 Steve. 758 Lokenze. So Lokenze getting out to a bit of a lead and has lines in hand as well. Okay, a lot of long bar dependency here for Steve. Ends up covering. This is getting a little bit high, so Steve 9 lines away from 29. He's going to open up that right side long bar in Tetris for Steve to bring this down. And he's going to go in a little bit awkwardly here into 29, kind of forced into it. And boy, I don't know what Steve is going to be able to do. He dig out of this. And no, the answer is no. Steve going to top out at 783. But I don't know, kind of a revelation. I did not really know what Steve had, but I mean, Steve played amazingly well. It is going to be Lokenze taking the decider and heading to the next round, but yeah, Steve played great, like super consistent, good fundamentals. You know, all the way, like, you know, really just great game from Steve. So I think that was an awkward set of pieces, though. I think both players were kind of feeling it. So yeah, now we are a werebear of Steve. So GG Steve, congrats. And Lokenze, congrats to you. You will be moving on to take on 2-time Masters event winner Huffulufugus in round number 2. We'll be back in a couple of minutes and we'll have that match for you. Let's go report that. All right, Plum. 2 Steve, 3 Lokenze. Yeah, Steve, I mean, Steve was really good. Like, how does he have only, no, I don't say only, but it seems like he should have more than 1.5, right? All right, so we're gonna put Huff over here, actually. So, and you're just Huffulufugus, right? You're not on any special account, right? I mean, your account is special, but but we're gonna put Huff over here. Let's see, HUFFUFLUFUGUS underscore Huff you. Oh, Huffulufugus. There you go. I added an extra F in there. F in chat. And then, let's see, number 15. So we'll go find your little card. Players. Masters left. What is your actual C there, brah? 18? All right. Now we're going to pop that on top of 15. All right. Okay. Huffulufugus. I don't know what's happening. What is happening? All right, there he is. Huffulufugus. And we'll get that whole deal. What is this one? Oh, is this just you? That's just you. All right. Oh, I see an arm. I spy. Is that an arm? Who is that arm? Oh, whoa. There he is. What's up, guy? All right. No, one mind per game. Just to let you know. One mind per game. Well, we're going to trust you there, buddy. Our old friend Hydrant Dude. There you go. We'll just put Hydrant in there. I want to put like a little hydrant window. All right, let's fix a stencil. We had to make extensive modifications to the stencil for our previous, but I'm sure Huff is like right on it. Ready? Oh my God, beautiful. Maybe I'll put like a little tiny window. Hold on. We need to keep our eye on. We need to keep our eye on him. Just so we know what he's up to. so we can assure that he's not helping Huffulufugus. There we go. You have like a little, get a little hydrant dude on your shoulder telling you, you know, play flat, play clean. There you go. Or you'd be like a little hydrant on your lap. Oh, isn't that sweet? Oh boy. All right, well there he is. I don't know why that's so funny to me, but it is. We'll put him right there, like a little angel. Like a little angel up here. Here, we'll put him up here. Your guardian angel. All right, it is just about time. You don't really have to be on screen, buddy. We won't make you do that. We won't make you do that. All right. Well, we're here. You need meme on his other shoulder telling him to play aggressive. Yeah, we need angel and devil. All right, players, I'm going to go ahead and give you some pieces. It is awkward because you can't oh, I'm on camera the whole time now. I can't pick my nose or whatever. You want to pick your nose. All right, don't pick your nose. It's gross. Oh my God. Ugh. I'm not gonna, it's gross. I'm not gonna tell you this story, but I've told it back in the old days when I was more unhinged and I didn't care and there was no money on the line. I told you a story of being a manager at a call center and related to that topic. Oh boy. All right, 2FBCAE. Looks like both players are ready. It's round 2. Huffulufugus versus Lokenze. Maybe on Vandy After Dark. Let's go get these players started. Huff and Lokenze in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. All right, starting off with the JTI. On the left, Huffulufugus, seed number 18 from the United States of America. Qualled in with a 1.47 million. That was the average of his best 3 games played in a 90-minute qualifying period. Got an overall PB of 6.39 million and was ranked number 22 in the players poll. Is that right? I don't know if this is accurate, this players poll. But anyway, Huffulufugus is ranked number 1 in our hearts. And he's a 2-time Masters event winner. So Huff has won Masters events, won No Cap November back in 2023, which was in November. Was that our first No Cap November? Or was that the... Yeah, that was the first No Cap November. Of course, Huffulufugus was one of the reasons we did No Cap November. I think Huff has always not really loved the line cap. But, you know, it brought us No Cap November, a great tradition. So Huff won No Cap November in 2023. That was against Fractal, 3-2 in those finals. He also won in September 2022, and that was against Alex T in a decider. Huff also won the, if you remember way back in 2022, when we had Hope, Honda Fan Cup. Honda, the car company, ran an NES Tetris tournament called the Honda Fan Cup, and Huff was the winner of that over Eric ICX. Huff also won regionals in Columbus, the WPL regionals back in 21 and 22. You also saw Huff just yesterday at the Motor City Mayhem CTWC Regional in Detroit. I won't spoil that. And you've also seen him at regionals in Boston and Minneapolis and Milwaukee and Blank's Garage, Houston, Philadelphia, all over the world, really. Huff is a 6-time CTWC gold bracket player, and he's got a lot of high finishes. He was top 4 in 2020, the runner-up in 2021, and had top 8 finishes in 22 and 23. This is also Huff's 5th Mega Masters, where he has never finished outside the top 16. In the last 2 years running, he was in the top 8. So Huff certainly a threat in this one. 283 for him. 382 for Lokenze on the right side of your screen. Lokenze defeated Steve in a really good decider to get here to this round number 2. Lokenze has got matches going all the way back to September of 2024. He's a community tier 5 winner. That was against Martz. My goodness gracious. Martz. I mean, if you win a tournament against Martz, you should be proud. It's a rite of passage. But Lokenze also, this is Lokenze's Mega Masters debut, so it's good to win a match in your debut. You've also seen Lokenze playing, back in the day in Tetris of the Non-Pros, Classic Tetris bi-weekly, Pumpy's one-day tournament, has a few monthly Masters appearances, Classic Tetris League, and played in the IE online tournaments as well. 416 for Huff, 549 for Lokenze. Jungle Cook says, I got caught picking my nose in 3rd grade by the girl next to me. Oh my God. It's crazy. Like, we can be adults and like, you can still feel like, like humiliation and shame for stuff that happened when you were like 8 years old. Like, why? It doesn't make any sense. 485 for Huff into 19, 598 for Lokenze. So Hydrant Dude in the room with Huff, of course, not offering any assistance. That would be unethical. But even just having the spirit of Hydrant Dude in your room when you're playing, I think that has got to be a boost. Hydrant, of course, is into the top 32. Hydrant will be taking on Vicious Rhubarb in the, the Sapphire bracket? at some point. 701 for Huff, 725 for Lokenze. So they're very close in score, 5 lines apart though. Serial number says Huff versus Eric in the Honda Cup Finals is one of my favorite matches. I gotta be honest, I don't know if I saw it. Maybe I did. Oh, I think I did see it because I remember. Yeah, I did see it because I don't remember the gameplay, but I remember the commentators. I remember I remember that aspect of it. $817 for Huff, $861 for Lokenze. Lokenze is now set up. Yeah, there we go. Column 8 Tetris, Lokenze, 897. 852 for Huff. There you go. Huff, Tetris, 871. Of course, Jungle Cook knows I will recognize quotes from rounders. Thank you, Jungle Cook. So Lokenze has got a max out. A37. Huff, 909 and piling high on the right. So let's see how this all shakes out. That T does not go to the left. And Huff is going to recover, though, with a bar. So can Huff bring this down? And that was not a burn. So I wonder if there's like a ghost burn, maybe. That is a top out for Huff at 939. And Lokenze is good in game number 1. It looks like Huff was surprised if they didn't burn there. But yeah, that was tough. So Lokenze taking a game off of a 2-time champion. And the pieces are here. 21 AD 2022. Or wait, 21 AD 22. What am I saying? I got problems with the year 2022. I've got problems, apparently. 21 AD 22. I made me think of a year, so I was like, oh, 2022. Yeah, Huff, I think you incremented, so you don't want to do that. No seed checks here in rounds 1 and round 2. We're not gonna shame you over your seeds, but once you get to top 32, then it's all shame. All right, good. Looks like we are ready to go. Game number 2, Huffulufugus and Lokenze, 3-1 Tetris. Oh, there's a fridge. Is that what it is? Fridge? So today is Mother's Day, which nowadays for me mostly means the buy one, get one free promotion as a Caniac Club member over at Raising Cane's. It's pretty much what it means for me nowadays. But to those of you who are mothers or who celebrate mothers or who just have, an interest in mothers, happy Mother's Day to you. Cocked NJ says, I have an interest in mothers. I mean, yeah, that's not unheard of. That's high in the rankings. Dirty Tetris for Huff, 114, 58,000 for Lokenze. What's up, Mari? So it's tricky though because we do have a match or a bracket at 6 p.m. So we got to really, Sue and I have got to strategize about how we're gonna get this Raising Cane's. It's like right smack in the middle of dinner time. Lokenze gonna undershoot that long bar, and that is gonna cause a little bit of a scramble. And now we are like set up, and Lokenze just like, oh my goodness. All right, well, looks like Lokenze's okay. Gonna get it cleaned up and a long bar in for Tetris. But Lokenze now back almost 100,000 points. Huff is set up in the left well, column 1. And there you go. Long bar's in. And Huff trying to bring this down as efficiently as possible. That left well is tricky. It's hard for me to watch someone playing on the left well. I get a little anxious. Vanny, can you get me some canes too? Where are you, Steve? If you're in Austin, maybe. You're in the stream. Oh, well, I can't digitize chicken fingers and send them over the internet. All right, the 5 below there, a little cheeky there for Huff on the top of the stack. 384 for him, 207 Lokenze. Huffulufugus has matches going back as far as February 2020. He played in Community Tier 1. His first match was against Paradoink. Like, who can forget Paradoink? The first match he ever lost was against Peak, actually. It was against Peak. $525 for Huff, 271 for Lokenze. So a big lead right now for Huff. This is a very, very large lead. About 250,000, nearly double. Lokenze poised to make some of that back here, though, because Huff's board a little covered here. We'll see how many burns it takes for him to recover. He's only got 2 rows over the right side, so. Yeah, there's one. So basically 3 burns to get out of that. Not too bad. 558, especially with a big lead. And Huff has got one more Tetris. There it is, into 19 at 583. And Lokenze was in, I think, sub 400 or just around a 400. Tetris for Huff 709 sets up the Vits, gets the Vits. Long bar in for the Tetris 735. Oh, you know, Huff also won a challenger circuit against Laser Monkey. Back in the day, June of 2020. $801 for Huffulufugus. $553 Lokenze. All right, Huff a little bit high. Bringing it down. Long bar in Tetris. $849. There's one Huff, $880. All right, Lokenze gonna uncover here. He's still working one row up. Tetris Lokenze 602. So Huff with a 300,000 point lead. It is a big, big lead. Lokenze very animated. He's swearing at the pieces in the board. Dirty Tetris. There's another one. Look of determination on the face of Lokenze. Huff has got the max. There's another Tetris for Huff, A63. So 1.1 into 29 is on the table. And yeah, the next line clear. There it is, a Tetris B35 into 29 for Huffulufugus. Oh, a waggle the long bar there for Lokenze. Into 29 at 821. This is over a 300,000 point lead at the 29 transition. Lokenze trying to fight to stay alive and have a chance. And no, that is going to be a top out. And Huffulufugus is good in game number 2. And we are tied a game apiece. All right, the pieces are incoming. I'm going to run a quick ad after game 3. So after this game we're about to play, I will run a 60-second, or if you want a little bit longer break, that's okay too. I can run a little longer, but if you don't want a break, I'll just 60 seconds. 7D32 D9. 7D32 D9. Players ready. Game number 3. Huff and Lokenze. What was once a best of 5, now a best of 3 between these two. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Have you ever seen Huff Mullen? That sounds like a... I don't know. It sounds like somebody who runs an auto repair shop. Have I ever seen Huff Mullen? That's a good question. Oh, kind of some problems over there on that right side for Huff, but still low enough, and it's 18. It's low and slow. We should be able to take care of that. All right, Huff running into A couple issues over there, but all right, we'll be okay. Tetris Lokenze 69,000, and Huff still recovering from a couple of early misdrops. Lokenze 92,000, and there we go. Huff on the board with a Tetris. Good board. Now looking to find a rhythm so we can start scoring and catch up. I said catch up. Tetris Huff 85,000. Lokenze looking for a bar. Clean, but well, not clean, but has a Tetris down there and unclean, so it's got to clean up now. This should allow Huff to close this gap a little bit. Long bar Tetris Huff 153. Tetris Huff 200, 198 for Lokenze. So the real-time lead for Huff, but is ahead in lines. So pace lead, Lokenze. By the way, Cousin Avi, I think I missed that you gave a gift sub to NES Steve or NE Steve or Steve. So thank you for that. If I missed it before, thank you very much. You guys know I never intentionally overlook a contribution, so if I do that, then that is an accident. 293 for Lokenze, 291 for Huff. I said do. I did? Oh, I do that. I do that. Doo-doo is funny because it's poop. 382 for Huff, 362 for Lokenze. Tetris Huff 407. There's a Tetris Lokenze for 10 and another. Sometimes I have nightmares of my Boston accent coming back, and I can't, I did intentionally get rid of it when I was a kid, but it's just gone. But once in a while, it comes back if I'm in Massachusetts. You just pick it up again. Oh, misdrop there for Lokenze. So Huff now out to about a 60,000 point lead. Ahead in lines a little bit, but it is a real lead. Tetris Huff 595 entry into 19. Lokenze, kind of an awkward board headed into 19. One more burn, and we'll see what Lokenze can do. This is not going to be easy. This is rough. All right. Opening it up. Trying to anyway. I'm going to reclose it again. Oh, boy, that left side. That is a top out for Lokenze. And Huffulufugus, you are good in game number 3. You will go up 2 games to none. So as soon as Huff tops out, we will run a little ad, a little 60-second ad. All right. So we're going to run that ad, players. If you want to take a little, if you want to get up and stretch for a moment, you can, but we're going to run an ad real quick. Running these ads like intentionally is way better than letting them just happen, right? Because then, you're not going to miss any Tetris, hopefully. All right, players, if you can hear, the pieces are there. Do ads make any kind of money, or is it literal pennies? I mean, I think it adds up. I mean, look. Let's see. If it's like $1, I'll stop running. I'll stop running them. Let's look over the last. Let's look for April. Ads accounted for it's not a lot, but it's enough for a grocery trip. Let's put it that way. So it pays for a couple of things that I don't have to pay for. Let's put it like for the channel, it pays for a couple of things. All right, looks like both players are ready. We are back. Game number 4. Huff is up 2 games to 1. Let's go. 3, 2, 1 Tetris. And that isn't even me running them super intentionally in April either. Yeah, it definitely pays for some stuff. Let's say it pays for Zempro to schedule the brackets. That's what ads pay for. So every time we run an ad, you can just blame Zempro. If I ran them more, I think it would pay for Zempro and cat surgery. Run 5-minute ads between sets. I mean, we can't. We got to keep things moving along. We got to respect the audience a little bit. A little, respect is my middle name, guys. You know that. 104, 104 for Huff, 79,000 for Lokenze. Nah, that's not a good experience. Well, that's just on. Actually, that's just on Twitch. So I don't know if I don't know how much they make over on YouTube. 171 here for Lokenze, 174 for Huff. So maybe I should go look. Can I look at that? I don't even know. I don't really pay attention too much to like, oh, this makes that and that makes this. I should. Dan V takes a lot of it, but he does a lot. He's underpaid. Grandmaster says you can block ads. It's possible. If you are a geek, it's easy. Yeah, no, yeah, definitely block ads. You know, we don't need revenue. Things will just continue to happen, regardless of what you do. Yeah, membership blocks ads. Yeah, you don't even have to be technical. $383 for Huff, $363 for Lokenze. Well, ads on YouTube are like way more. Like ads plus premium, because they're like people who watch, like who have YouTube Premium and watch. That pretty much that's pretty much like Dan V. That's what he gets, all of it. Which is fine. So watch them ads. $519 for Huff, $456 for Lokenze. Cute Pup Jesus, thanks for the Prime sub. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome, Summer B and Blobsy. Tetris for Huff, 611, and two more Tetrises potentially. Well, it's hard to say. Yeah, no, not. He's gonna have one available. 577 for Lokenze, 614 Huff, or one line apart. Tetris Huff, 689, 679 for Lokenze. All right, thank you for your thoughts, Ubero. All right, Huff, 727. Lokenze, 711. This is a tight one. Lokenze has got to win this one to keep their Mega Masters dreams alive. And Huff can clinch with a win in this game. So one line apart, and Huff ahead by 55,000 points. Now, Tetris is on 24, are worth 30,000. Those, of course, a 1,200 every level increase. $945 Lokenze, max out for Huff, level 25. Yeah, ads are minimal on Twitch, but you know, it does pay for an important thing. It was like this ad break brought to you by Zempro. Tetris for Huff, A72. It does not pay for that. B75 for Huff, A27 Lokenze. So Lokenze, got to be careful in this one. Long bar in Tetris, Lokenze, A69. C10 for Huff. Huff with a 1.24 into 29. Lokenze with a 1.1. Oh boy, Huff is going to be in trouble here. All right, so that's a top out for Huff. Lokenze could chase it down potentially, but no, that right side. No, that is not going to happen, and that means Huffulufugus will move on to the round of 32. So, Lokenze, congrats to you. You played great, but you ran into a two-time Masters champ in round 2. And so we will have Huffulufugus representing, well, not representing anything. Huff is going to have to play against Portal, actually, in the next round, and that is going to be a tough one. So a lot of these matchups are, I mean, these round 32 matchups are, some of them very, very sick. So congratulations, Huff. You are a real one. And look at that. There's our good friend, Hydrant Dude. They've got air conditioning. They've got stuffies right there. A whole bunch of stuff. And a camping chair. Oh, that's great. Have one of those. I love those camping chairs. Congratulations. Oh, and we have a meme is here with a package of microwave oatmeal or something. Do you have a package of instant oatmeal? Is that what that was? What is that? I don't know what that is. It looked like instant oatmeal. Like apple cinnamon, green apple cinnamon oatmeal. It's a pack of fruit snacks. All right, well, it was close. Oh, I wanted to keep looking at your house, but I guess not. Well, congrats, Huff. Did I report this? I don't know. I did. All right, let's take a look at where the bracket stands. I mean, some of these matchups in 32 seem really sick. So a little tour of the brackets where we stand right now. Tomorrow, is it tomorrow or tonight? It's tonight, right? Yeah, the Asian versus Sharky, winner versus SV. That is tonight. In basically 5 hours. So that's pretty good. So Tugi versus Neko is going to be a thing. Dengler versus Winter is going to be a thing. Tetris Time versus Peak. That is a match. These are all that right column, that third column. These are all top 32. Meme versus Violet. Pixelandy versus O. Guafi versus Ro. Portal versus Huff. Cole and Knight. Rhubarb and Hydrant Dude. How are these round of 32 matches? Alex T versus Firedox. Critical Lapis versus Evesy. Cobra versus Eyeball. These are round of 32 matches. Right? Aren't they? Am I imagining that? Am I just making stuff up? No, those are the round of 32. So all of those matches just seem like they could all be like top 8s. So this is a pretty stacked top 32, and just think how stacked it'll be once it compresses down to top 16. So, wow. Well, 5 hours from now, it will be that orange bracket, the Asian versus Sharky, winner versus SV. Can't wait for that. Thanks to everybody who supported the stream today. Subs, Cousin Avi, Parabax, Madros, Hibernio, Tired, Leia, Meme, Odin Logi, Steve, Cute Pup Jesus, and a raid from E. Andis SDA. Now, a lot of those subs came courtesy of Cousin Avi, who gifted a bunch over. So thank you, Cousin Avi, for those. And Danny, you subbed earlier in the earlier stream, so thank you for that as well. And thanks to our patrons. Scott Gray, Jane the Window, Kane, Taki, Madelsberger, and Doug, Mr. Brain, Corporal Jr., Troy, Dan, Kim, M, Kaka, Java T, Jason, Sunny, Mila, thank you, and everybody else. And then prize pool is at, that is Das Masters from like months ago. This right here, 375, so we're still on 375, but that's all right, we're going to get there. I figure if we set a really high stretch goal, like 22 million, that when we get to only 22,000, we'll feel like pretty good. It'll be very easy. So thanks everybody for supporting everything. Appreciate you. See you guys in 5 hours. Mr. Brain, Wieneman, Black Ops, Titan. All the stars are here. Take care. We'll see you. Bye-bye. And Summer B.